Josh Green here for Tungsten Tales. Delighted to be joined by one of the four men on the PDC Tour, George Killington. How you doing, George?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very, very good, mate. It's been an excellent couple of weeks for yourself, picking up money on the Pro Tour, a couple of wins on the European Tour after a little bit of a wait, it has to be said. You must be enjoying your darts at the moment.
I am, yeah, I am. I don't know. The last couple of months is just something seems to have clicked, and it's working more than it's not working. But the better you play, the more you expect. So, I'm not satisfied, but yeah, I'm happy with the progression at the moment.
Yeah, where do you feel like it has come from? Because you've been on the tour for quite a while now, and you've
Yeah,
sort of up and down. We sort of know what to expect from you, I guess. But what you've produced over the last maybe 3 months has been way above that, and you've been producing some excellent darts.
yeah. I don't know. We had a really, really horrible start to this year. Um, Indoors with some personal issues and stuff like that. We lost a beautiful young lady recently, and it was taking its time. I mean, mentally and time consuming. It was hard. I remember flying out to, I think it was Treya, and I hadn't touched my darts for a week, and I thought, oh, God, but it was one of them. Had a beautiful send off. That's now obviously that's finished, but since then it's just been sort of like full steam ahead, and I don't know, it puts life into perspective as well. That as much as this is what I want to do and I need it to happen now, it's not life or death. Still get frustrated, obviously, but no, just I'm enjoying playing. I mean, from local leagues to Pro Tour to Super League, I'm enjoying playing darts. But when you are playing well, you do enjoy it. When you're not playing well, you don't enjoy it. So yeah, I don't really have an honest answer for you. It's just sort of seemed to flick, and more often than not, it's working. Then it's not.
Let's talk about some of those times you've been playing well, and particularly the European Tour a couple of weeks back at the German Darts Championship. First round against Scott Waits, an excellent first round game, and one that really seesawed backwards and forwards. What were the emotions like during that one?
I thought, here we go. I went into the preparation for the tournament feeling really good. I think the previous event in Barnsley, the previous Pro Tours, I didn't pick up any money, but I weren't playing too bad. I think still had like 96. Played Dame Netter again and had the 96 and lost to him, but I thought playing okay still. But on the prep going out there, I took my fiance for the first time, so I thought let's have a good one for it. And I was feeling really good. And I think I went 4-1 or 4-2 up. And I thought, here we go. Today's finally, after 4 years, I'm going to get a win on stage. And he come back like a rocket, to be fair. Full credit to him. He just, when he found his range, he really did get going. And I just thought, I threw the back of my head, I thought, how have you blown this? It weren't so much me blowing it. It was just the fact he stepped up so much. But going from a high to a low point within the space of 5 minutes, it was a weird one. And just fortunately, I think I showed a lot of bottle in the game as well. I think I had 96 out in 2 after he missed the dart double, and then 54 straight away. So yeah, everything just come out kind of then. Like you can't celebrate on the Pro Tours, so it was 3 months of build up sort of thing that just come out all in one go. But I'm happy to get the win, and I get full credit to Scott.
Yeah, and then next game against Dirk, did it feel like it was kind of weight off your shoulders a little bit? You got that win and you were full steam ahead against Dirk.
I'll be 100% honest with you. No, it didn't feel like that. I hate going to events to make up the numbers. It was why I took some time off of the Pro Tour, because that was what I was doing in the end. I was just there as a filler player. So the way I've been playing, I know it's a bit far-fetched, but I'm confident I can beat anyone in the world. So when I got day one done and out of the way, I've tried to wake up with the same mentality of, okay, now fresh start now, here we go, and let's really have a deep run in this. And I was practicing backstage really poorly. I don't know why. Slept well, ate well, just had the jitters, I think, before I played. And when I got up on stage, it just kind of went blank. And I don't. It's weird because while I was up there, I knew I was playing well, but I didn't even think I was playing that well. I thought it was probably about 94, 95 or something like that. But it's just when I get scoring, if I find my range in that first dart sitting, I can really click into gear, and I think that's what happened. But no, yeah, we'll chuffed with that one as well.
Did you think about it while you're on stage? Because when it's ticking over, it's going 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. You're doing that against one of the best players in the world.
I didn't think about it. I've known Dirk many years. I beat him on the development tour when I was like 15, and he smashed me up since then. But every time we've played each other, it has been a good game. I think I played him on the Pro Tour a couple of months ago, and I lost, but I had 100 average. So I thought I won in them moments. But the only time it really started to sink in is, like at the Euro Tour, you've got the two big projector screens on the either side. Didn't mean to have a look in the slides. So I went to have a sip of my water and I looked up and I saw the average under my name at 4-0. I was like, oh my God. First time on a staged event hitting an average like that. And that was the first time I sort of started to think about it. Other than that, I was just tried to focus and get the game won, to be fair.
And it's followed from there, really, your form, hasn't it? The form on the Pro Tour has been good in the last week. Somehow, we talked off camera, somehow you haven't closed the gap to those races for the races for the Players' Championships.
It's a strange one, isn't it? But it's obviously, this is the first year I've probably actually been looking at the ranking tables. As I started off the year very poorly, as I said, but the way I've picked up in the last couple of months to just get myself back into the race, I'm quite proud of that, considering how far behind I actually was. But yeah, no, I thought I was in a good spot before Hill Design. Picked up a decent bit of money out there. I thought that's good. Come back and I hadn't closed the gap because of other rankings. And then this week I picked up some more money, not as much as I would have liked, and I'm not happy with the performance of this week, but picked up some more still. I thought, okay, good. And I seem to be even further behind than I was. I thought, what was going on? But I've got 2 more events left. If I can rest and practice properly, I'm not going into the final event hoping I could pick up a couple of pennies to just scrape over the line. I'm still going into the final event wanting to win. I want to be a champion. I know the odds of that happening aren't very high at all, but I try to play to win. So if I could come out a champion and I'm not in the World Championships, I mean, that's something in itself anyway. But I'm sure if I do that, then I'll be in. So,
how, in your mind, how achievable is it that you make the world, you keep your tour card, all those things come together?
I'm still in for a start. So yeah, I know what I'm like. It wouldn't surprise me if I went first round exit and then semi-final or something like that. Consistency has always been my issue. But no, as long as I've got a little bit of time left and a little bit of fight left, even if it means I've got to go to the World Qualifiers at the end of the year, I do put myself up there with the big boys at the moment. So I don't really see I've beat enough of them. Not regularly, but I can do it. So I don't see any reason why I couldn't be in the World Championships this year. But it's no easy task. So head down and get on for it, and I'll try and do my best possible and put myself up a fighting chance. How
much of a dream would that be for you to be on the world stage? You've been around the game a long time, and to be at the World Championships is the ultimate.
I honestly wouldn't be able to put that into words. I started playing county darts with my dad when I was like 12. So Super League previous years before that, but we'd sit down every Christmas and watch the darts, and that's always been like up there in the dreams. Getting to the World Championships for a start, that's probably the first dream that's on the list. But then obviously the second dream is being a world champion. But no, I wouldn't be able to put it into words if I can make it there this year. But if I can't make it there this year, I sort of tend to forget that I'm only 27 sometimes, because I've been around a long time. I feel really, really old. But I'm only 27. So if I don't make it this year, I'm sure one year I will.
Yeah, another thing I want to talk to you about, which I'm sure may affect you, is the PDC calendar, which came out a few weeks back now. I believe you're still in full-time employment. How is it going to affect you?
need to watch how I word this. Yeah, it's going to affect me massively. My work, fair play to them. They've been as amazing as they possibly can. But we did have a chat recently, and they can't accommodate for it. I work in a college.
Yeah.
Like, it's that amount of time off. We're not meant to be taking time off work, and as I said, they've been very lenient with me anyway. But next year's too much of an ask. So I'm not going to make any direct decisions right now. But if I am on tour next year, then I won't be able to. Effectively, I would have lost my job. But if I'm not on tour next year, then I'll still be working there. But you know, I'm not one of them that's very happy about the decision. But I don't make the decisions, do I? So it's yeah, no, it's really affected me, to be honest, but not in a good way.
I've spoke to a few players about it, and I think there's probably going to be 60-70% of the 128 tour card holders that are affected in some way, whether that's work or whether that's looking after children. I was speaking to Scott Waite today, and that was his view on it. How much is it going to affect the tour as a whole, do you think? Are you going to see long lists as absentees at Pro Tours and things like that?
I think it would. I mean, personally, this is just my thought process with it. I've been on tour 4 years now, and it's draining. It's tiring as it is anyway. When no one goes out and picks up heavy amount of money every event. Obviously, when you're in the top 32, 48, 64, whatever it is in the world, you're safe. So there's no stress for it. But if you go away and you have, say, a 4-day week and first round, which is possible for absolutely everybody to do, it will affect you like that. So where you've got the job to fall back on, it takes a little bit of stress away to pay the rent and to pay the bills and everything. So I think that when it will start to affect the tour will be after the first year, when you've got fresh players going to Q school saying, "Oh, I'll be all right doing it, and they've not had their little low yet. When they have their little low, I think with added pressure of, I mean, losing itself is horrible.
Yeah,
it can really crush you sometimes. So then losing and not having money to pay the bills, I think that's a different kind of stress, to be honest.
Yeah, it is completely. I mean, something that I believe the snooker tour do is they have first round losers money, which allows players on the tour to essentially be professional players. They pick up a loser's money in every tournament they play. Is that something that you would like to see introduced to darts to make it more fair?
I mean, I could give you every wonderful idea that goes through my head to make it easier, but they're not our decisions at the end of the day. I think that would make it a lot easier on people. The idea of us all being professionals, which is what we all want to be, but in realism, we're not. Like, my profession is that I work as a TA in a college. That's my guaranteed source of income. I do work hard for it, and I work hard to try and make myself a professional. Just because I play on the professional tour doesn't mean I'm a professional dart player, realistically. Like, if you go back to my first year earnings from the time I had my first tour card, you tell me what kind of income that is. It was barely anything. Like, I reckon I don't even think I broke 10 grand in the first year. Now, obviously that's my fault, no one else's fault. But when I've got my job that's paying my bills and I'm picking up 10 grand, that's not, one of them's my profession, one of them's not. So it's just the way everybody's going to look at it. Obviously, the PDC are going to do whatever they think is in the best interest of the tour and of the players. But no, I just have to wait and see how it pans out. I'm not a fan, but it doesn't matter, to be fair, anyway. So whatever comes, wherever I'll be giving it my all. It's not it's me and my missus have had to have big conversations about it. But at this moment in time, I'm not ready to look to quit. For as much as you want at me, for a year at least, anyway, and then we'll see how it is afterwards.
I appreciate the honesty, George, and appreciate the time as well. We look forward to hopefully seeing you, fingers crossed, at the Ali Pali in December.
Hopefully. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.